I have owned my shop for about 4 to 5 months. I've done more than $1,000 on sales, more than 100 orders, which I think is very, very good. So I'm gonna give you guys my advice to you guys on how to open up a shop, and we'll just brainstorm a little bit. Like I said, I don't have a lot of notes here, but we'll make our own notes as we go. So anyways, hello everyone, welcome to my channel. My name is Lucy, and I will be giving you guys a video today of how to open up an Etsy shop. I will be giving you guys 3 reasons why you should open up an Etsy shop. Also 3 reasons of what is stopping you right now of opening an Etsy shop, and 3 benefits of starting and open a business, an Etsy business, and 3 tips of from my experience what not to do when you get started. So if you have been thinking about opening up an Etsy shop and you have been thinking and thinking, you need money, extra money, you're thinking of how to get more money to get by, or to just simply to stuff your savings challenges, because I know there's a lot of cash stuffers in this community. So today I will tell you guys these helpful tips of how you should also how to open up, how to get started. So if that is a content that you would like to see, please go ahead and hit the subscribe button, activate the notification so you can be notified every time that I upload a video. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get started. Stick around. If that is a type of content that you would like to see, go ahead and like and subscribe and comment and tell me what you guys thought about this video whenever you're done watching it. Alrighty, you guys, so quick introduction of who am I. So my name is Lucy and I am a cash budgeter here in YouTube. I'm also an Etsy seller, as you can see, and also I am an entrepreneur. Along with my husband, we manage another business very different from Etsy. I am also a wife, a mom, and many more things. But you can see my YouTube content is about business, about cash stuffing, resets, goal setting, and all that. So again, if that is something you would like to follow, please subscribe. So okay, let's go ahead and get started with our content today. So how to open up a shop. So I will give you guys the 3 reasons why you should open up a shop. So let's say you need money. You are trying to, do other things and nothing works out, and you're just tired, and you think that you have a lot of skills. You are very creative, and you just, you have a little I don't know, let's say addiction to make cups or whatever you do. But working with your hands is your main, is what you do. So I think that you have to decide whether, whether you're a good seller or not, if you want to be in an e-commerce, or if you want to sell more physically. That is up to you. But I think the reason number 1 why you should open up an Etsy shop is to create more income. So that is my reason number 1. Again, I've been telling you guys, if you need more money, if you are, if you're just in need of another source of income, Etsy is a good way to go. Another reason why you should open up a Etsy shop is that you will be able to work at home and not go out and work for someone else. Of course, it comes with work, everything comes with work, but hopefully we'll talk about all those things, because I'm not here to paint you guys a pretty picture and the perfect picture, because you know that everything takes work. So if you're willing to do the work, this is for you. This is not like a magic pill that you're just gonna be rich and you're not gonna work, because yeah, if you have that mentality, this is not for you. Also, 3 reasons why you should open up a shop is I already said. So I said to earn more money, and also I said the flexibility, and also potentially earn how can I call it, not passive income, but earn more, or see it more like a business, because a lot of people see it as a business. So have a business in place without many fees. Opened up my shop 4 months ago, June 23rd to be exact, and I actually went to my video when I launched it just because I didn't remember. So it looks like it's 4 months, almost 5 months, and in that 4 months I have created I have sold more than 100 things, like almost 150 sales, and I have also have profited more than $1,000. So that, to me, it's a little bit of income to those that that are like, okay, I can work with that. I could have more money to save, to stuff. I mean, you could see it like that, but it is $1,000 that I have made on Etsy. So there is money to be made. However, I was telling you guys, if you were to like go and do any type of other job or retail, any type of business that allowed you to have flexibility and also earn money, you would be having a lot of fees. Even in other platforms, in Shopify, you have to pay. I think when I used to own my shop, because like I said, before I did this, before I did the my Etsy shop, I had already set up an Etsy store. I had already had an account and everything. I just never launched it, just because I was scared. What if it doesn't work? What if there's a lot of fears? So when I started sewing clothes for my daughter after she was born, I started selling it. But I also did, I only did with Shopify. So I started my Shopify account, and you pay, I believe I paid like $39. I'm not even sure, honestly, to tell you the truth, and that was last year. But you pay like a certain amount of money per year. I mean, obviously per year, but also per month. So you have to create your listings, you have to do all of that, your pictures and all that. If I have to compare those two as far as what is easier, I would have to say Etsy. It's easier to use, just because I think from the experience that I had on Shopify, I think Etsy is very, very easy as far as listing everything. Also, Etsy doesn't have monthly fees, so it does have a lot of fees involved when you list an item, but they are not as much. And I think it has more of a it helps us as sellers to not pay a lot. Like, you pay 20 cents per listing whenever you list something, and then also whenever you sell that item, then they charge you another listing fee and then more fees. But I mean, if you look at it that way, I mean, you don't have to pay it up front like you do with Shopify. And you just, if you sell. So I think that is the advantage of Etsy. So we already covered. So 3 reasons why you should open a shop: earn more money, have flexibility, and have a business without or with minimal fees. What I was gonna review is 3 reasons of what is stopping you from creating an Etsy store. So let's say you have been decided and you have been waiting for the moment and you're ready, you know what you're gonna sell. Then you don't start because you make excuses of expenses. So the first one is you think it's gonna be very expensive. To tell you the truth, it just depends on what you do, what kind of things you want to do. For example, when I started, I had to buy a Cricut machine, a laminator machine. Also, sorry, I was looking at my message. So a Cricut machine, a laminator machine, but the type of things that I do, it's more of, like challenges. So like, for example, this one's in Spanish. Like I do binders like this, and it's more of, like the labor work of like the things, because this is laminated. So the laminator, and then I do other things with vinyl. So I had to buy all those. So you do have to have like those, that money up front, let's say. And especially if you're in the budgeting world and you don't like to use credit cards, or you already know that you shouldn't use credit cards because it's like getting yourself more in debt, then it's a little bit hard. So sometimes you think about the money, but there are ways of starting up an Etsy shop and just finding something that people like, and just going from there. Sorry, I'm just, and that, like I was saying, just finding something that you like or something that you enjoy doing. Maybe you do something already like scrapbooking, or you're a perfect designer, you know how to design things, or maybe you created something that you think it's going to benefit people. Then there's not that many expenses to start with. But I am speaking from experience, and like I said, sorry, I just don't like to see my face. So anyways, I'm talking about experience, and I did have to buy all those things before I started my Etsy shop. But I think that right now it already almost like everything paid itself, because I have generated more than $1,000. And that's not profit. I think the profit after Etsy's cut, after shipping and taxes and all that, I think it's like 800 and something. So it's not bad either, but I'm just saying, so like any business, it does have expenses, and sometimes we fear of that. So that's the reason why we don't open up an Etsy shop. The second reason why is what's stopping us, also it's fear. I think it goes hand in hand on with this, but it's fear of, what if I don't sell anything? What if I can't do it? Or what if people don't like what I'm offering? Things like that. So I think that's one of the reasons why. And then the third reason, so it's expensive or lack of money, fear, and then this is no time. So you think you have no time. So you spend, like, let's say 8 hours at work, then come home, cook dinner, then like see the kids, and then help them do homework, and you're like, when am I gonna do this? But I think that if you see it as a hobby, we do spend a lot of people spend time, looking at TikTok, looking at Facebook, watching movies or watching Netflix series. So we all have a little bit of downtime where we can try to, like plan and like just make things happen. So we all have 24 hours in a day. It's just a matter of what you do with them. So with me, when I started, I was working physically in my job, or in our business, my husband and I's business. I was also doing the administrative part of the business, and I was also recording videos because I've been a back on YouTube for about 6 months, I believe. And I was also doing, so then I started doing the, the Etsy, also with 2 kids and 2 adults. And, it was just so much. So now I'm just home, managing the business, but the businesses, because if we want to call Etsy a business, that is, it could be called a business too, but I call it my hobby. But at the end of the day, your hobby makes you money. So anyways, so that is that, and 3 benefits of starting with Etsy. So I think the benefits are very clear already, and I have mentioned them throughout this video. There is more than 3, so let's say 3 benefits. So the first one, I think it will give you extra money. The second one, extra money, low startup fees. And the third one, let's see, so low startup fees, extra money, and let's see, more flexibility on when to work on your orders. So like I already told you guys, bring in a little bit of extra money. Don't, it doesn't have a lot of startup fees. Like, like for example, Shopify, going back to Shopify, you also have to, pay monthly, whether you sell or not. So low startup fees, and you're flexible with your time and your orders. You're able to manage them and say how many days it'll take for you to make the stuff and, send it to the customer. Another thing that I like about Etsy is that Etsy has like its own way of promoting, and they market and they do all the things to send everyone into Etsy, and then they search up the thing, and then it, your item comes up. It's not like Shopify, you have to bring your own people to buy. And I believe that as starting, I think my only regret when I did the sewing and I did the, I sold the baby's clothes, was not to start with Etsy, because I think that if I would have started with Etsy, I think I would have had a little bit of more success. Because with Shopify, I did get sales, but I think that at the end, I just got tired of all the fees. And then sometimes, some months were slow and didn't make a lot, and my business suffered. So that is my only regret, not starting sooner with Etsy with my prior hobby. And I call it business, I call it hobby, same thing. But yeah, I think that if I would have let go of my fear of, like thinking, I didn't think it was expensive, because I had already started with something more expensive, which was Shopify. So, like all these reasons for me were not these. Like for me not to start with Etsy were not these. I think it was mostly fear, or just like I got comfortable with Shopify and I was like, okay, well, this is the first thing that I tried. Why go with Etsy? I always thought that Etsy was very, very, very expensive, and that it was just gonna cost me a lot of money per month to maintain it, which it has not, because honestly the fees have been paying themselves with the money that I have generated in Etsy. So I'm loving that. So the 3 tips on what not to do when you get started. So from my experience, I think that 3 things that I will not do again is to, let's see. Well, I actually think I did the right thing by starting right away. I didn't wait. A lot of people wait a long time, and then that's money, or that is, sales that you have missed out on because of your fear. Again, the good thing with me is that I started budgeting I started Cash Stuff and I saw that it was a good opportunity to do something that I loved, that I love creating. I started creating my saving challenges, and I saw an opportunity to have a good hobby that I would potentially earn money from. So I did it. It only took me 2 months to do that. A lot of people take up to a year and then decide, okay, I'm ready to, open up an Etsy shop, which is great too, but you have a lot of time that you already wasted. And a lot of people just try to find the perfect time, which I think that and I always say the perfect time is now. Now. Whether you're ready, whether you're not, you just have to start somewhere. I mean, you have to create something. I'm not saying saving challenges or whatever. Just create something that you like, that you love, that you are passionate about, and you will do well. You might say, but I don't know how to do this, but I don't know how to do that, but I don't know how to take pictures. You know what? I always tell everyone, you learn as you go. You might not be the best photographer, you might not be the best seller, but you learn as you go, and everyone's journey is very different. So you can't compare yourself to your neighbor's journey on Etsy or another YouTuber on your journey on Etsy, because you are both very different and your journey looks very different. So yeah, I think that my tips of what not to do when you get started, that's one of my things, not getting started soon enough. Another thing that I see a lot of people do, so you don't know how to start and you actually just think that you can copy another listing and change the wording here and there, but the listing is the same. So don't do that, because that's actually going to hurt your business more than what it's going to help. It might help you in the meantime, but at the end, you are not being creative and you are copying someone else. Yeah, don't copy someone's listing just to start off good, to make yourself look good and, make it seem like you are a professional, because that's only going to last you a little bit of time. So that's another one. So one is start soon. Don't copy or be original. Don't copy, be original. Sorry about my writing. It's like the worst right now. I'm trying to write over my phone. And the last one, so tips on what not to do when you get started. I think what you don't have to do is get discouraged. Just keep going. Get discouraged, because there will be good days, there will be bad days. You'll probably not not make a sale. I've known people that haven't made a sale in 3 months, or haven't made their first sale. So there's a lot, like I said, you see a lot of shops that are doing great. You see a lot of shops that are doing actually the opposite. But don't get discouraged. Like I said, everyone's journey is different, so just keep on going. And if that's something that you really want to do, then don't get to. Also, the amount of sales, you might see shops with a lot of sales, and that looks good on them and everything, and that is a good tactic to get more sales and all that. But that's not really what matters. What matters is the kind of the kind of service that you are giving your customers, whether you are shipping their items on time, also whether you are communicating with them, and just if there's something's gonna be late, just let them know. Hopefully they'll understand. And also the shipping and all the customer service that you give your customer, that's what matters. It doesn't matter how much sales you have. That is just numbers. It's an accomplishment, but every shop is different and every shop sells in a different way. So if you have a shop that, for example, only sells bookmarks, let's say, going to have a lot of sales because they're selling bookmarks. and everyone gets bookmarks. But if you get another shop that has less sales but sells more items that are a little bit more expensive, then you know who is actually in who is in the lead. You know, the one that has a lot of sales, or the one that has little sales, or not as many sales but has more items that are more expensive, or that are actually, it takes more time. You know what I mean? So don't look at that. Don't look at or get intimidated by bigger shops that are actually making more sales, because your little shop, I assure you, that is going to succeed too. If you do everything with good intentions, you will succeed. So these are my 3 points that I covered. So now, how to open up a shop. So first, think about the items that you want to sell. So for example, if you want to sell handmade, let's say, socks, so different kind of socks or different kind of designs in socks, so you already know you're going to be in the socks, you know, department. So that's going to be your niche. I know there's a lot of contradictory videos that tell you not to choose a niche, but I think at the beginning, in the start, it is good to start with something that you know that you're going to be focusing on. That way you don't lose your focus. So choose an item. Also choose a name of your business. You do not have to have an LLC to open up a little shop on Etsy. You can do it as a personal, you know, do everything as a person selling something, and you will be taxed like that and all that, but that is actually an easy way to do it. So open up a shop, think of the name, and just get started. Get your first listing. Those are my 3 tips of how to open up a shop. Just get something up there. Don't wait until the perfect thing comes up, because like I said, the perfect thing and the perfect time is now. So I hope you guys like this video. I hope this motivates you guys. If you had been thinking about opening up a shop, this motivates you guys to go ahead and do it. I know that I'm doing this video because my husband always tells me that I motivate everyone to do better. So I was like, yeah, you're right. You know what? I mean, I do give people a lot of ideas. I do give people a lot of motivation. And based on the things that I do, you know, they get inspired and they get ideas. So I think that this kind of video would be perfect for this channel and for me, because like I said, I do motivate people to do things. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Thank you so much, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.